One of the problems society has is I don't think many people live examined lives. So we're doing lots of stuff, but we don't know why we're doing lots of stuff. And here's one of the experiments you can try. You ask anyone when you say, oh, that's really interesting that you do that. Why do you do it? And they might cobble together some answer. You just have to ask them why 2 or 3 times in a row, and there'll be a blubbering mess. They'll be having an existential crisis before you, because many of us haven't actually had any space or time to get away from all the stuff that we do to go, why do I do what I do? And it's my belief that unless you can get comfortable with doing nothing, you're going to really struggle to do anything that's worthwhile. If you can't do nothing, you'll basically do anything to fill in the blanks. Living a hurried life, living a frantic, busy life, I mean, it gets in the way of our relationship with God, firstly because it goes against basically how God taught us to live. Be still and know that I am God. We see constantly in Jesus' life, Jesus takes time away, takes away space. And so I just think it's a core part of like the spiritual life that Jesus has given us that we seem to have neglected. But busyness, the problem is, firstly, it's a removal of our identity being loved by God, and we push it onto other stuff. We become I am what I do. So that's the first problem, is when we do lots and lots of stuff. Look, it can be great, but even lots and lots of church work becomes a hustle that replaces our identity that's found in God with the identity of what we do. And so whenever we stop doing stuff, that's very helpful. We get to rest in our true identity in God, and we get to expose if our identity is in the wrong thing. You've got to look at the life of Jesus and go, does the Son of God have anything to teach us? And I would say yes. But often we love to learn what the teachings of Jesus, but we don't look at his lifestyle. And often the church loves Jesus' busy lifestyle. You know, he was healing people and doing all of that stuff. But we constantly forget. How many times blatantly the Gospels say, and when the crowds left, he sought the mountains. And one of my challenges I try to offer people is, there was always somebody, when Jesus was doing all this healing, there was someone that got healed, and then there was the next person who didn't. Right? So there was always someone in the end where Jesus said, too much, I need to head for the mountains, I need to pray, I need this space. And I think a lot of us think that we've got more energy than Jesus. That's why we live the way we do, which is clearly blasphemous thing to say, isn't it? You can't say things like that. But I think what Jesus understood and that we need to learn is that when we are busy, our identity starts to come from what we do rather than who we are. And even if we say we're doing it for the glory of God, very quickly we start to do it for the glory of ourselves. And so decelerating, getting away from all of this busyness is a chance for us to discover our identities as a profound loved child of God, in God. That's enough. And then we do stuff out of God's call in our lives, not out of our deep insecurities to impress people or look successful, even when we say it's for the kingdom of God. What happens is, very quickly, we become lost and we stop doing it for God's glory and we do it for our own glory.